Hey, what's good, y'all? Hey, real quick, I wanted to touch on this video that I saw on YouTube, that had came across my YouTube timeline. You know, when you watch certain types of videos, you'll start seeing other videos that are similar to, you know, the ones that you watch. Like if you're into nature and you watch animal videos, you know what I'm saying? If you, let's just say you watch tigers, then they're gonna start advertising other tiger channels to you, you know what I'm saying, just in case you might be interested in that. But yeah, I watch, you know, different type of videos about nature, about murder and crime, and this specific video about a young lady who passed away last summer. They found her outside of an airport in Tampa Bay, Florida, and you know, they label young women like her who have following, social media following. They label them, they give them different little names like an influencer, you know what I'm saying? And or you know, what they call it, OnlyFans models. So she had an OnlyFans and she had an Instagram, and the young lady, she would make little raps and stuff like that, you know. Pretty talented young lady from what I could see. I believe that when she passed, at the time of her passing, she wasn't quite 24 years old yet. I think she was born in the year, I think she was born in the year 2000, so she would have only been 23 when she died. But with that being said, uh, they found the young lady's body outside of an airport, and the authorities, they reported no foul play, or they didn't suspect any foul play. And it's even suspected that she could have possibly caused some harm to herself, but you know, they would have to wait on the toxicology report in order to determine that. And you know, no disrespect to the family, you know, I don't know about the situation, but when, you know, videos pop up and stuff like that, you know, people are going to watch them and people are going to have their opinions about things like this, because, you know, whether we like it or not, when people get famous and when people make a name for themselves and they become a public figure, or, you know what I'm saying, they're in the public eye now, it's kind of hard to get people to refrain from speaking their mind, or speculating on social media, especially if they have platforms, because that's what social media is, you know what I'm saying? People can basically be whoever they want to be and do whatever they want to do, you know, and promote whatever it is that they want to promote, excuse me, on social media. And you know, I understand that when something bad happens to a loved one, people don't want, you know, other strangers just putting false shit out there, man, you know, because people still mourning, man, you know, and I understand that. But at the same time, you have to take into consideration that, you know, because when people get famous, everybody wants to be beside the person, you know. Everybody wants to be next to the person that's famous, in hopes that their fame, you know, might rub off on them or whatever, you know. A lot of people, they want they want the fame, but they don't really want what comes with it, or they don't really want to go through what it takes to get there, you know what I'm saying? They just want a piece of it. And then when things go left, you know, there's an unfortunate situation, people want silence, you know, people want peace, you know what I'm saying? And it's just unfortunate when it comes to, when listen, man, it's a lot of people that want to be famous, and people who watch me, man, talk that boxing shit. I'm probably one of the only dudes on here that say on a consistent basis, give me the money, you can keep the fame, man. I don't want the fame, man, you know what I'm saying? Because I know what comes with that shit. And I know that most people who claim to want it, they're not mentally ready to handle that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially people with an image to maintain, or they have this need for attention. Whatever image that you're portraying, you have to keep that up. And that shit can be stressful. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're not being yourself. And it can be a hard pill to swallow and a lot to bear for certain people. See, when people see certain individuals, all they see is the cover. They don't see what could be going on emotionally or mentally with these people, because a lot of them are wearing a mask. They're not being who they really are. You know, they're just portraying a certain or specific image for the camera, for the public. You know what I mean? And that's all that people usually see. You know what I'm saying? They always go off of what they see usually. You know what I'm saying? People are visual. You know what I'm saying? This is why people and chicks or guys who look a certain way or keep themselves in shape and walk around with no shirt on and they all ripped up and stuff like that. This is why these type of individuals get the most followers, because they're sexually appealing to the eye. You know what I'm saying? Eye candy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just what it is. The majority of things are based on how it or they look. It's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? People don't usually care about if it's really any good. They're willing to take the risk if it looks good enough. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, but it's just the way that things are. And it's unfortunate for people who are suffering from depression or you know, whatever other mental illnesses that they might be suffering from. You know, a lot of those type of individuals, once they reach a certain status, it's hard for them to talk to certain people, or it's hard for them to find people who will understand where they're coming from, because you got to understand, once again, most people are visual. You know what I'm saying? So all they can see is like, damn, like, why you worried about this? How you letting this bother you when you got all this money, or you got all this fame, or you got this nice body, or this, and you got this, and you got that, and you got this? So they looking at you like they can't really relate. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to find people to relate to once you reach a certain status, because most of the people around you, 9 times out of 10, I mean, I hate to say it, are like, you're either taken care of or they're leeching off of you. You know what I'm saying? And so they see your success and they're wishing that they could be where you are. They can't see as to why you would be emotionally messed up behind anything, because you got money, you got fame, you got all the things that they think that they would want. And if they had it, they would be so happy. But it's easy to say if you haven't acquired that, or if you haven't been in that situation. You know, it's easy to say that shit from the outside looking in. But I know plenty of people, man, who got a lot of money, and I know a few famous people too, man. And that stuff ain't all it's cracked up to be, man. You know, the people who stay outside of the limelight, the people who don't want to be seen. I'm gonna give y'all a perfect example. There's this guy who owns a boxing promotional company. He has a lot of fighters on his stable. He goes by the name of Al Heyman. Most people, it's people right now who have never even seen Al Heyman, don't know what the hell he looked like. You know what I'm saying? Al Heyman's up there. He's probably in, I'm just guessing, he may be like around 80 years old. I'm just guessing. You know what I'm saying? He's at least in the 70s, right? Gotta be. You know, he's been around for a long time. And a lot of the times you live to be that old, you know, and you prosper well when you stay out of the limelight, man, and when you play the background. And a lot of people, you know, it's scrutiny behind it. Al, because he doesn't like to show his face like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? People saying he don't even exist and shit like that. That's just how secretive he is. And I'm not gonna say I'm the same way, but I share similar characteristics. You know, I don't like everybody knowing my business, man. I don't like everybody knowing what's going on with me. I can get on here every day and be fresh to death. Every day. Anybody who know me know I am not bullshitting when I say that. Every day. But I used to do that when I was younger. I mean, yeah, I got nice shit. Yo, I got so much shit that it be sitting up for so long and I don't wear it that when I go to wear that shit, sometimes the shit'll start falling apart, man. I got Timbs from 2016 that I only wore probably like 2-3 times, like the field Timbs, maybe 4 5, bro. And I be getting different shit and don't even be like, I go to wear that shit a couple times, it'll be all right. I go to look at the shit, the damn soul done coming off the back of the motherfucker, because I didn't keep them in a box. I kept them in, like, you know, in a closet or little stash spots or whatever, and I haven't been wearing them, excuse me, and shit just tear up, man. But that shit don't really mean nothing, bro. You know, I mean, like, after you buy that shit, all that shit depreciate in value. Even jewelry, man, all that shit depreciate. At the end of the day, jewelry is probably what you could see the majority of your money back from if you got some official shit. But you still not gonna see. You may be lucky enough in, let's say you spend 50 grand on a piece. You might get lucky and get 30, 35 back for it if you know the right jeweler. You might, you know what I'm saying? That's if you lucky, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, man, what does it mean at the end of the day? You know, the less people know about you, the better. The less things that they can use against you if y'all were to fall out, bro. Because anything outside of what a person really knows about you is speculation or a lie. See, thus the saying, when the hate don't work, they start telling lies, because that's what they would have to do if people don't really know much about you. What the fuck they gonna say that they can validate, that they can prove? You see what I'm saying? Because they don't know much about you. You see? All they can do is wonder and think. You become a mystery to motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? See, you become more normal when you are predictable, you know what I'm saying? When a person don't know when you come and going, like me, I'm the type of person, man, I don't always say when I'm about to leave, bro. I might be at a spot chilling with people, bro. I just up and fucking leave, bro. I'm gonna look up and I'm gone. I just, you know what I mean? Damn, where B go? Damn, what B is shit? And I might, oh yeah, man, I had to go make this move real quick, such and such. I'll be back, you know what I'm saying, a little later, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's just how I am, man. You know, I mean, you know, you don't want to be too calculated, you know what I mean, when it comes to people. You don't want people to calculate your moves and shit like that. You know, you gotta stay strategic with shit. But, you know, to each his own, you know what I'm saying? Some people, they have to go through certain things, such as myself. I had to go through a lot in order to understand how things go, how the universe works, and how people are, and how they view things. Because how people view things mean damn near everything. How they view shit, that means damn near everything with how people act and how they coexist with one another. It's all based on visual for the most part, man. How people perceive things. You know, most people perceive things, usually, they perceive things a certain way based on what they see or what they're taught to believe. You know what I'm saying? That brings about most people's perception on the way that they view shit, you know? But with that being said, I'm not trying to get too cerebral, man, because I don't want to lose a lot of people. But y'all see in the description, man, I say it, it's not just a boxing channel. We talk about different things, you know what I'm saying? Everyday life situations, politics, whatever it is, you know, that people want me to touch on, man. I can touch on any topic, you know what I'm saying, and not be out of place. You know what I mean? I can talk about what's going on with the economy, whatever, you know what I'm saying? A lot of time, I know that my audience, a lot of my audience aren't really privy to that type of shit, you know, and people got ADHD out this motherfucker, you know, and after a while, you know, you start losing people. Like now, I'm pretty sure, you know, a couple people done you know, them backed off the video, you know what I'm saying? Probably ain't nothing spicy for them, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing that they that really how can I say it, gains their interest or whatever. But before I get up out of here, I just want to say image ain't everything, but to the majority of people it is. You know what I'm saying? To them it is. You know, how people see them, the light that people see them in, it means a lot to people. And that's a very stressful way to live, man. Living by other people's standards instead of living by your own, but just living for you. You know what I'm saying? Doing what makes you happy. You know what I mean? Because if you unhealthy, man, and you ain't right mentally, man, it ain't much you're gonna be able to do for no one else. You know what I'm saying? After a while, all of that shit that you trying to hide is gonna come out in other ways. You know what I'm saying? In other forms. You know, other types of behavior. You know, I mean, it's only so much that a person can take. If you're a human being, it's only so much that you can take. And a lot of these women, they display what they're going through, I believe, through their videos, through a lot of these twerk videos and things of that nature, you know. And I mean, they garner a certain amount of attention, and it kind of takes their mind off the fact that they got to deal with the real world tomorrow. You know what I mean? And then when that time comes, then they start the cycle all over again. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to do something else to get my mind off of it. Let me do something else to get some attention. You know, it's the same way with these dudes, you know, that do silly shit in these rap videos, man. You know what I mean? And these so-called gang members or whatever that mean the black community no good. I just want to say, man, do what makes you happy. Don't live for the acceptance of other people, because at the end of the day, you got to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day. You know, you got to answer for whatever actions. Like if you commit a crime, if you break the law and you sitting in front of a judge, bro, that's you sitting in front of a judge, unless you got a co-defendant or something. You got to deal with that. You can talk about the devil and God and all that shit, man. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. It's you in that motherfucking courtroom. It's you that's going to do jail time if, you know, the judge sees fit that would be necessary for the crime you committed. Ain't no devil doing that time for you. That's you. I'm trying to, bro, man, listen. I wish it was. When I went to prison, I wish it was the devil that had went to prison for me. Shit. I was in that motherfucking jail cell. I had to answer, you know what I'm saying, to take accountability for what the fuck I did. I couldn't black and blame whoever the fuck I want to blame. At the end of the day, I'm in that goddamn jail cell. You know what I'm saying? I got to deal with all of that stupid shit that's going on around and niggas getting chopped up, bust upside the head with shit. I got to take showers with niggas and shit. You know what I mean? So I'm not delusional in the way I view things. You know what I'm saying? I know how it is. I know that, you know, once you get off that goddamn social media, you know, back to reality. You know? And people are doing everything, it seems to me, to escape from reality. And that's horrible. People can't even, like, a lot of us, we can't even get through life regularly like we supposed to, like, without some form of alcoholism or, you know, smoking a cigarette, smoking a joint, something to get our mind off of reality, bro. And it's like that with damn near everybody, bro. It's very rare that you will come across somebody, man, that they do absolutely nothing. They don't take nothing. They don't indulge in anything outside of breathing air and drinking water, bro. It's hard to come across people like that because people be going through it, man. People be trying to make it seem like they got it all together, man. But hey, people be going through that shit. And I'm telling you, the more money you got, the more famous you are, It's the more shit you're gonna have to deal with. It's more stressful things gonna be. Once you get to a certain level of money, you always want that. You don't never want to go broke again. You know what I'm saying? Once you get to that certain level, you know, and it's some people that's how can I say, they're infatuated with fame. So they feel that I gotta keep this level of fame. You know, I can't go back to who I was, you know, because people feel like people gonna clown them. So they gotta try to maintain the image, and bruh, that's stressful. That's why a lot of these people look older than they do, man. A lot of these entertainers, you see them, they look old as hell, and they be young, you know, because they living a life that they didn't know it was gonna be all that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know it was gonna be all that shit to it. I mean, just look at all. I mean, Michael Jackson is a perfect example. Look at all that stuff Michael Jackson did to himself in order to escape from reality, man, and the fact that he never had a childhood. You know what I'm saying? That's why he had all that shit for kids at his house, man. Michael Jackson was trying in the midst of all his performing and concerts and all of that shit, songwriting. He was still trying to relive his childhood, yo. It's like they tried to make the man seem like a monster because he never had a childhood, and it's just crazy how shit is, man. I'm telling you, man, once you reach a certain status and once you reach a certain level financially, and people know they can look in Forbes and it's talking about multi-millions and shit, man, don't nobody give a fuck about your emotional distress. They don't care, man. They don't care. I'm telling you, man, people, all y'all that want to be famous, want to be in the public eye, want everybody to know who you is, you're going to be paranoid than a motherfucker, because that's more people that's going to want to take from you, more people that's going to want to do something to you. And before I get up out of here, I want to explain the difference between two words that people use: envy and jealousy. Fame and money brings about both of those. You know what I'm saying? But you would rather someone envy you than be jealous of you, and I'm explaining why. When someone envies you, they wish they were in your position. You know what I'm saying? But usually when somebody envies you, they want to get closer to you to understand what it is that you did to get where you are, so they can follow in your footsteps and they can shine too. But when somebody is jealous of you, not only do they want what you have, but they don't even really feel like you should have it. They don't like the light that you give off. They don't like the way you shine when you got your shit. And they don't think that you should have it. You know what I'm saying? They want what you got, but if they had what you had and you still had it, they still wouldn't want you to have it because they don't like the way you shine with your shit. And they want to dim your light. What, you don't think it's people that's like that? They think like that? There's some fucked up people out here, man. I done came across all types of people. I done been around the worst of the worst, man. You name it. I done been around them, man. The worst of the worst, man. People that done put guns to babies' heads and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I done been around some real messed up individuals. And I'm telling you, when it come to that money, people, it's dudes out here that'll lay their mama down, bro. Y'all just gotta be mindful, man. Never, don't ever get it twisted, man. Don't ever get too relaxed, man. Especially if you're an ambitious person and you want something out of life and you one of the only ones in your circle like that that's really getting it like that, man. Listen, you better do some some serious I would say soul searching and some serious decision making on like who you really want in your circle and who is good for you to be in your presence. You know what I'm saying? Who is are you benefiting from individuals being around you, or are they just benefiting from you being around them? These are the type of things you have to take into consideration, man. Because all of this shit brings about stress. All it takes is for one person to not be happy. One person. You can give everybody everything. It's always one person that's going to feel like they should have got more. You know what I'm saying? or feel like you should have looked out for them more than someone. They should be closer to your status, or they should have more what you earned. You should be willing to give it to them even though they didn't. You know what I'm saying? They feel that they should have what you got, you know, and they feel entitled to your shit, and they don't feel no fucked up way about it either. That's dangerous. And it's a lot of people like that. So, you know, be mindful. Don't ever get it twisted. Ladies that may see this video, young ladies, a lot of y'all, man, I be seeing videos of women getting taken up out of here at a young age by other jealous females, a disgruntled, jealous boyfriend, and all of these women that I see when they get taken up out of here, man, they carry themselves the same way. They're infatuated with the same type of stuff. They do the same type of videos, take the same type of selfies, and all of this stuff. Eyelashes, the lace fronts, you know, the way that they talk, their rhetoric, the things that interest them, and they all, you know, get taken up out of here similarly, man. And I think that got a lot to do with the energy that you put out there. You know, the way that a lot of these chicks are, man, is toxic, and you're not gonna get positivity when you're putting out toxic, negative energy. It's the same way with these gang members, man. That's why why you think all of them get unalived similarly. Don't all of them end up getting shot the same way or similarly? It's because of what they represent. It's the energy they putting out there. You know what I'm saying? You don't see, it's very rare that you see Afrocentric black women getting unalived or being found, being found somewhere in some weird spot, or, you know what I mean? It's rare that you see that. It's because of the way they carry themselves. It doesn't align with that sort of energy. You know what I'm saying? That's usually not the type of energy that is going to come to them, because that's not the energy that they putting out there. That's not their interest. They're interested in something more significant. You know what I'm saying? Something of substance. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a bunch of superficial shit that means nothing, and just, it attracts all the wrong type of motherfuckers, bro. Damn, bro. And I don't mean to sound like nobody father, but I am a father, man. I got 4 kids, man, and my oldest daughter will be 21 next month, man. You know what I'm saying? I be talking to her, man, and shit like that, you know. But, man, listen, it's sad, man, that a lot of y'all gonna have to learn the hard way, because y'all think y'all got the shit all figured out, man. But we living in a different time. There's some sick people out here, you know. You young ladies always carry, if you ain't got it, if you live in a state where you can't carry a firearm or whatever, you keep you a pocket knife and you keep you some mace. You know what I'm saying? And in the words of Hassan Campbell, because that's who I got it from, pay attention to your circle before they hurt you at the end of the day. Black Dr. Phil, I'm out, man.